Welcome to Sleepy Science Hub. Tonight, we're going to explore one of the most mysterious and beautiful processes that happens while you rest. How your brain quietly transforms the experiences of your day into lasting memories while you sleep. As you settle in, let me know where in the world and at what time you're watching. Perhaps you're reflecting on a moments from today that felt meaningful, or maybe you're simply ready to let your mind wander into the peaceful realm of sleep. Wherever you are, whatever memories from today are floating through your consciousness, know that your brain is preparing to do something remarkable with those experiences over the next several hours. Now, get comfortable, take a slow breath, let your thoughts begin to settle, and let's begin this gentle journey into the nighttime world where memories are born. As the day draws to a close and you begin to settle into the quiet rhythm of evening, your brain starts one of its most important and gentle tasks, gathering up the scattered experiences of your day, like a careful librarian collecting books that have been left open on reading tables throughout a vast library. This process begins even before you close your eyes, as your mind naturally starts to sift through the countless moments, conversations, sensations, and discoveries that have filled the hours since you first awakened this morning. The experiences waiting to become memories exist in your brain like fresh impressions in soft clay, delicate and temporary neural patterns that hold the essence of everything you've encountered today. The taste of your morning coffee, the feeling of sunlight warming your face, the sound of friends' laughter, the satisfaction of completing a task, the gentle touch of fabric against your skin. All of these moments exist as fragile electrical patterns dancing through networks of neurons. Beautiful, but ephemeral unless your brain takes special care to preserve them through the alchemy of memory formation. Your hippocampus, a small seahorse-shaped structure deep within your brain, serves as the master curator for this evening collection process. Throughout your waking hours, it has been carefully tagging experiences that seem important, marking them with invisible labels that say this moment matters or this learning should be preserved. The hippocampus has an extraordinary ability to recognize which experiences deserve the precious resources required for long-term memory formation, distinguishing between the mundane details that can safely be forgotten and the meaningful moments that should become part of your permanent collection of memories. As you move through your evening routine, perhaps brushing your teeth, changing into comfortable clothes, or reading a few pages of a book, your hippocampus continues its gentle work of evaluation and selection. The neural patterns representing today's experiences begin to stabilize, like photographs slowly developing in a darkroom. The most significant experiences start to form stronger neural connections, while less important details begin to fade, their neural patterns growing weaker as your brain conserves its energy for preserving what truly matters. The transition from day to evening brings subtle changes in your brain chemistry that support this memory collection process. As natural light fades and your circadian rhythms shift toward their nighttime configuration, your brain begins producing different combinations of neurotransmitters that create optimal conditions for memory consolidation. Acetylcholine levels begin to decrease, reducing the constant input of new sensory information and allowing your brain to focus more completely on processing the experiences it has already collected. Your prefrontal cortex, the executive center of your brain that has been making decisions and solving problems all day, gradually reduces its activity as evening progresses. This reduction in executive control might seem counterproductive, but it actually serves an important function in memory formation by allowing other brain regions to work more freely without the conscious mind's constant interference. Like a busy supervisor stepping away from a work site, the prefrontal cortex's reduced evening activity gives other brain regions the space they need to begin their specialized memory processing tasks. The sensory experiences that have filled your day exist in your brain as complex patterns of neural activity that span multiple brain regions. The memory of a conversation with a friend involves not just the words that were spoken, but also the emotional context provided by your limbic system, the visual details processed by your occipital lobe, the spatial information encoded by your parietal lobe, and the temporal sequence organized by your hippocampus. During the evening collection phase, these distributed neural patterns begin to form more coherent connections, like scattered musicians gradually finding their rhythm before performance. Your brain's evaluation of which experiences deserve preservation involves sophisticated criteria that operate largely below the level of conscious awareness. Experiences that triggered strong emotional responses receive priority treatment, as your amygdala has marked them with chemical tags that signal their importance. Novel experiences that challenge your existing understanding of the world also receive special attention, as your brain recognizes that new learning requires careful preservation. Experiences that connect meaningfully to your existing knowledge and memories get prioritized as well, since they can be more easily integrated into your brain's existing organizational structure. The process of evening collection involves not just the preservation of individual experiences, but also the initial stages of organizing and categorizing those experiences within your brain's vast filing system. Memories don't exist in isolation, but rather form part of an interconnected web of associations that allows you to access related information quickly and efficiently. During these evening hours, your brain begins to identify connections between today's experiences and your existing memories, finding points of similarity and relevance that will help integrate new memories into your existing knowledge structure. As your body temperature begins its natural evening decline and your melatonin production starts to increase, these physiological changes create increasingly favorable conditions for memory consolidation. The slight cooling of your brain that accompanies falling body temperature actually improves the efficiency of neural processes involved in memory formation, while rising melatonin levels help protect developing memories from interference by reducing overall neural activity in regions not involved in memory processing. The evening hours also bring changes in your brain's electrical activity patterns that can be detected through EEG measurements. The rapid, irregular brain waves that characterize active waking consciousness gradually give way to slower, more organized patterns that signal your brain's transition towards sleep-focused activities. Alpha waves, which indicate a relaxed but alert state, become more prominent as you engage in quiet evening activities, creating an optimal mental state for the initial stages of memory consolidation. Your brain's evening preparation for memory consolidation involves intricate coordination between multiple neural systems, each contributing their specialized capabilities to the overall process. The default mode network, a collection of brain regions that becomes more active during rest and introspection, begins to increase its activity as you settle into evening quietude. This network plays a crucial role in organizing and integrating memories by facilitating communication between different brain regions and helping to establish the connections that will allow memories to be retrieved efficiently in the future. The glymphatic system, your brain's specialized cleaning network, also begins to prepare for its nighttime activities during these evening hours. This system will later help clear metabolic waste products from your brain tissue, creating cleaner conditions for memory consolidation processes. Even during the evening preparation phase, increased glymphatic activity begins to optimize your brain's internal environment for the memory work that lies ahead. The experiences collected during your evening routine itself become part of the memory formation process, creating contextual associations that will help you remember other events from the day. The peaceful feeling of settling into bed, the comfortable weight of blankets, the familiar sounds of your evening environment. These sensory details become part of the broader memory context that your brain will use to organize and retrieve today's experiences in the future. As you progress through your evening activities, your brain continues its careful evaluation of the day's experiences, using criteria refined through millions of years of evolution to identify which memories deserve the significant metabolic investment required for long-term storage. Experiences that enhanced your survival, promoted social bonding, contributed to your understanding of the world, or brought joy and meaning to your life receive priority attention from your brain's memory consolidation systems. The evening collection process also involves a preliminary organization of memories based on their content and significance. Factual information begins to separate from emotional content, allowing these different aspects of memory to be processed by specialized brain systems during sleep. Procedural memories of new skills you practice today start to segregate from declarative memories of facts you learned, enabling each type of memory to receive appropriate processing from the brain regions that specialize in their consolidation. Your brain's evening preparation includes the activation of specific gene expression programs that will support memory consolidation throughout the night. These genetic programs initiate the production of proteins required for strengthening synaptic connections and building the physical infrastructure that will house your new memories. The timing of this gene activation is carefully coordinated with your circadian rhythms to ensure that memory consolidation resources are available when they will be most needed during sleep. The social and emotional experiences of your day receive particular attention during the evening collection phase, as your brain recognizes their importance for navigating future social situations and maintaining emotional well-being. Conversations that strengthened relationships, interactions that taught you about others' perspectives, and emotional experiences that expanded your understanding of yourself all receive careful preservation treatment from your brain's memory systems. As the evening progresses and you move closer to sleep, your brain begins to shift from collecting and evaluating experiences toward preparing them for the more intensive consolidation processes that will occur during sleep. Neural patterns representing important experiences become more stable and resistant to interference, while connections between related memories start to strengthen in preparation for the integration work that lies ahead. The peaceful transition from day to evening creates optimal conditions for beginning the memory formation process because it allows your brain to shift gradually from active information gathering to reflective information processing. This gentle transition helps ensure that important experiences are preserved while unnecessary details are allowed to fade, creating space for the meaningful memories that will enrich your life and inform your future decisions. As you sink deeper into the comfort of your bed and feel your body beginning to release the accumulated tension of the day, your brain embarks on one of the most remarkable transitions in all of biology. The gentle shift from the busy, alert consciousness of waking life to the specialized processing states that will transform today's experiences into tomorrow's memories. This transition unfolds with the gradual grace of sunset, each stage flowing naturally into the next as your neural systems reorganize themselves for the crucial memory work that lies ahead. The first signs of this transition appear in the changing patterns of electrical activity that sweep across your brain like slow, gentle waves. As your eyes grow heavy and your thoughts begin to drift, the rapid, chaotic brain waves of active consciousness gradually give way to the slower, more organized rhythms that signal your brain's preparation for sleep. Alpha waves, oscillating at a peaceful 8 to 12 cycles per second, begin to dominate your brain's electrical landscape, creating a state of relaxed awareness that serves as the bridge between waking consciousness and the deeper sleep states where memories are born. Your thalamus, the relay station that has been faithfully transmitting sensory information to your conscious mind throughout the day, begins to change its function as you settle into stillness. Instead of simply passing along every sound, sight, and sensation for conscious processing, it starts to act as a gentle gatekeeper, filtering out irrelevant sensory input and allowing only the most important information to reach your conscious awareness. This sensory filtering creates the peaceful quiet that you experience as you drift towards sleep, but more importantly, it frees up neural resources that your brain will soon redirect toward memory consolidation. The neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which has been promoting active attention and new learning throughout your waking hours, begins its gradual evening decline as you settle into your bed. This reduction in acetylcholine serves as a crucial signal to your brain that the time for gathering new experiences has ended and the time for processing existing experiences has begun. As acetylcholine levels drop, other neurotransmitter systems take on more prominent roles, particularly those involved in memory consolidation and the coordination of sleep states. Your body temperature, which has been maintained at its active daytime level through the afternoon and early evening, begins its natural decline as you prepare for sleep. This temperature drop is not merely a consequence of reduced activity, but rather an active process controlled by your circadian clock that serves important functions in memory formation. The cooling of your brain that accompanies this temperature decline actually enhances the efficiency of many cellular processes involved in memory consolidation, while also signaling to your neural systems that conditions are optimal for beginning intensive memory work. As you lie still and allow your breathing to deepen and slow, your autonomic nervous system orchestrates a beautiful symphony of physiological changes that create optimal conditions for memory formation. Your heart rate gradually decreases, your blood pressure drops slightly, and your respiratory rhythm becomes more regular and efficient. These changes are not merely signs of physical relaxation, but active preparations that improve blood flow to your brain and optimize the delivery of nutrients and oxygen that will fuel the memory consolidation processes throughout the night. The hormone melatonin, produced by your pineal gland in response to the absence of light, begins to rise in your bloodstream as you settle into the darkness of your bedroom. Melatonin serves many functions beyond simply promoting sleepiness. It acts as a powerful antioxidant that protects developing memories from damage, helps coordinate the timing of memory consolidation processes, and creates optimal chemical conditions for the delicate work of synaptic strengthening that will preserve your most important experiences. Your hippocampus, having spent the evening hours carefully selecting and organizing the day's experiences, now begins to shift into its specialized sleep mode of operation. Instead of constantly encoding new information as it has done throughout the day, it starts to replay important experiences in coordinated patterns that will help transfer them from temporary storage to more permanent memory systems. This replay process begins even during the earliest stages of sleep transition, as your hippocampus starts to rehearse the neural patterns that represent your most significant daily experiences. The default mode network of your brain, which includes regions involved in self-reflection and memory integration, becomes increasingly active as you settle into stillness. This network, which was somewhat suppressed during focused daytime activities, now begins to take on a more prominent role in organizing and connecting your experiences. The increased activity of the default mode network during the transition to sleep helps establish the framework for the memory integration that will occur during deeper sleep stages. Your prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for executive control and conscious decision-making, gradually reduces its activity as you drift towards sleep. This reduction in prefrontal activity serves an important function in memory consolidation by reducing top-down control and allowing other brain regions to work more independently. Like a micromanaging supervisor learning to step back and trust their team, the quieting of your prefrontal cortex creates space for more automatic and efficient memory processing systems to take over. The glymphatic system, your brain's specialized cleaning network, begins to increase its activity as you transition towards sleep. This system, which operates most efficiently during sleep, starts to clear metabolic waste products from your brain tissue while also facilitating the movement of cerebrospinal fluid that will help support memory consolidation processes. The activation of the glymphatic system during sleep transition represents your brain's preparation for the intensive cellular work that lies ahead. As your muscles relax and your body settles into the comfortable stillness of your bed, subtle changes in your brain's vascular system begin to optimize conditions for memory formation. Blood flow to certain brain regions increases while flow to others decreases, creating a redistribution of resources that prioritizes areas involved in memory consolidation. This vascular reorganization ensures that the neural circuits responsible for memory formation receive adequate oxygen and nutrients for their demanding work. The neurotransmitter GABA, your brain's primary inhibitory chemical messenger, begins to increase its influence as you settle into sleep transition. GABA's calming effects help quiet unnecessary neural activity while preserving the specific patterns of activation that represent important memories. This selective neural quieting creates a more organized brain state that allows memory consolidation processes to operate without interference from random neural noise. Your sleep spindles, brief bursts of rhythmic brain activity generated by your thalamus, begin to appear as you enter the lightest stages of sleep. These spindles, lasting only a second or two but occurring every few seconds, serve as important markers of your brain's transition into sleep mode. More importantly, sleep spindles play active roles in memory consolidation by helping to coordinate communication between your thalamus and cortex, facilitating the transfer of memories from temporary to permanent storage. The shift in your brain's dominant neurotransmitter systems continues as you progress deeper into sleep transition. Norepinephrine and serotonin, which have helped maintain alertness and mood regulation throughout the day, begin their gradual decline, while other chemical systems more specifically involved in memory consolidation become more active. This neurotransmitter transition creates optimal conditions for the specialized work of memory formation while ensuring that daytime concerns and preoccupations don't interfere with sleep processes. Your circadian clock, located in the suprachiasmatic nucleus of your hypothalamus, continues to coordinate the timing of all these sleep-related changes with remarkable precision. This internal timekeeper ensures that memory consolidation processes begin at the optimal time relative to your body's natural rhythms, maximizing the efficiency of memory formation while maintaining the delicate balance of sleep architecture that supports both physical restoration and cognitive processing. The experiences from your day that were selected for preservation during the evening collection phase now begin their transformation from temporary neural patterns into more stable configurations that can survive the transition to sleep. Like delicate flowers being carefully pressed between the pages of a book, these experience patterns are gradually stabilized and protected from the neural reorganization that accompanies the transition to sleep. The reduction in external sensory input that accompanies settling into sleep serves a crucial function beyond simply promoting rest. It prevents new information from interfering with the consolidation of existing memories. Your brain's capacity for processing information is limited, and the elimination of sensory distractions allows maximum resources to be devoted to memory formation. The quiet darkness of your bedroom becomes a protective cocoon that shields developing memories from disruption. As your consciousness begins to drift and your awareness of external stimuli fades, your brain enters a state that neuroscientists describe as hypnagogic, the transitional state between waking and sleeping that is characterized by unique patterns of brain activity and consciousness. During this hypnagogic state, your brain often experiences brief, dreamlike episodes that may represent early rehearsals of memory consolidation processes or spontaneous combinations of recently acquired experiences. The coordination between different brain regions becomes increasingly important as you transition towards sleep, as memory consolidation requires precise timing and communication between multiple neural systems. The corpus callosum, the bridge of nerve fibers that connect your brain's two hemispheres, maintains active communication channels that allow the integrated processing of memories that may involve both hemispheres. This interhemispheric coordination ensures that complex memories with multiple components are processed as unified wholes rather than fragmented pieces. Your brain's transition into sleep mode involves not just changes in activity levels, but also fundamental alterations in how different neural networks interact with each other. Networks that compete for resources during waking hours begin to operate more cooperatively during sleep transition, sharing information and coordinating their activities in ways that support memory consolidation. This cooperative neural state represents a fundamental shift from the competitive, efficiency-focused processing of waking consciousness to the integrative, consolidation-focused processing of sleep. The gentle settling into stillness that you experience as you prepare for sleep reflects profound changes in your brain's operational priorities and processing strategies. What feels like simple relaxation and a natural approach of sleep actually represents one of the most sophisticated transitions in all of neuroscience. The shift from a brain optimized for interacting with the external world to a brain optimized for organizing and preserving internal experiences. As your consciousness finally releases its gentle hold on the waking world and you drift into the first true stages of sleep, your brain begins what could be described as the most remarkable shift change in all of biology. Like a bustling daytime office transforming into a quiet nighttime workshop, your neural systems reorganize themselves completely, trading the fast-paced, reactive processing of waking consciousness for the patient, methodical work of memory consolidation. This transformation happens so gradually and peacefully that you remain completely unaware of the extraordinary changes taking place within your sleeping mind. The transition into stage 1 sleep marks the official beginning of your brain's night shift, though this lightest phase of sleep serves more as a gentle transition period than a destination in itself. Your brain waves shift from the alpha rhythms of relaxed wakefulness to the mixed frequencies of stage 1 sleep, characterized by theta waves that oscillate at 4 to 8 cycles per second. These theta waves create a dreamy, disconnected mental state where thoughts drift freely and the boundaries between imagination and reality begin to blur, providing your brain with its first taste of the altered consciousness that will characterize the night ahead. During these early moments of stage 1 sleep, your brain begins to test its new operational parameters, like technicians running diagnostic checks on equipment before beginning an important project. The neural circuits that will be responsible for memory consolidation start to come online, while the systems that maintain conscious awareness during the day gradually reduce their activity. This careful transition ensures that memory processing can begin smoothly without interference from lingering daytime mental patterns. Your hippocampus, having completed its evening work of selecting and organizing important experiences, now begins to shift into its specialized sleep mode of operation. Instead of continuously encoding new information as it has done throughout the day, it starts to function more like a patient teacher reviewing important lessons with attentive students. The hippocampus begins to replay neural patterns representing significant experiences from your day. But now these replays occur in a coordinated fashion designed to strengthen the connections between different brain regions and facilitate the transfer of memories to more permanent storage locations. As you progress from stage 1 into the deeper stage 2 sleep, your brain waves continue their evolution toward the slower, more organized patterns that will characterize the night's memory work. Stage 2 sleep introduces 2 distinctive features that play crucial roles in memory consolidation: sleep spindles and K-complexes. Sleep spindles appear as brief, spindle-shaped bursts of brain activity that occur every few seconds, generated by your thalamus and lasting only 1 to 2 seconds each. These spindles serve as important coordinators of memory consolidation, helping to synchronize activity between your thalamus and cortex while protecting your sleep from minor disturbances that might otherwise interrupt the memory formation process. K-complexes, the other hallmark of stage 2 sleep, appear as large, dramatic waves in your brain's electrical activity that can be triggered by external sounds or arise spontaneously during sleep. These impressive neural events, lasting about half a second each, serve multiple functions in memory processing. They help maintain sleep by suppressing responses to minor environmental disturbances, but they also appear to play active roles in memory consolidation by facilitating the transfer of information between different brain regions and helping to organize the neural patterns that represent important experiences. The neurotransmitter landscape of your brain undergoes dramatic changes as the night shift begins in earnest. Acetylcholine, which promotes attention and new learning during waking hours, drops to its lowest levels of the day during these early sleep stages. This reduction in acetylcholine creates optimal conditions for memory consolidation by reducing interference from new sensory input and allowing your brain to focus entirely on processing existing experiences. At the same time, other neurotransmitter systems begin to take on more prominent roles in supporting the specialized work of memory formation. Your brain's default mode network, which includes regions involved in self-reflection and memory integration, becomes increasingly active as deeper sleep begins. This network, which was somewhat suppressed during focused daytime activities, now begins to dominate your brain's activity patterns. The default mode network serves as a coordinator for memory consolidation, helping to establish connections between new experiences and existing knowledge while organizing memories in ways that will make them accessible for future retrieval. The glymphatic system, your brain's specialized cleaning network, shifts into high gear as deeper sleep begins. This remarkable system, which operates primarily during sleep, increases its activity by up to 400% compared to waking levels. The glymphatic system clears metabolic waste products from your brain tissue while facilitating the movement of cerebrospinal fluid that supports memory consolidation processes. This cleaning activity creates optimal conditions for memory formation by removing cellular debris that could interfere with synaptic function and providing fresh nutrients to support the energy-intensive work of memory consolidation. Your brain's vascular system continues its reorganization as deeper sleep begins, with blood flow patterns shifting to prioritize regions involved in memory processing. The prefrontal cortex, which has been highly active during waking hours, receives reduced blood flow as its activity decreases, while memory-related regions like the hippocampus and associated cortical areas receive enhanced circulation. This vascular reorganization ensures that the neural circuits responsible for memory formation have adequate resources for their demanding work throughout the night. The coordination between different brain regions becomes increasingly sophisticated as the night shift progresses. Your hippocampus begins to engage in complex dialogues with various cortical regions, sending carefully timed signals that help transfer memories from temporary storage to more permanent locations. These hippocampal cortical interactions follow precise timing patterns that optimize the efficiency of memory transfer while minimizing interference between different memories competing for consolidation resources. Temperature regulation within your brain becomes particularly important as memory consolidation begins in earnest. The slight cooling that occurs during sleep enhances the efficiency of many cellular processes involved in memory formation, including protein synthesis and synaptic modification. Your brain's temperature regulation systems work to maintain optimal thermal conditions for memory consolidation, while also supporting the other physiological processes that occur during sleep. The corpus callosum, the bridge of nerve fibers connecting your brain's two hemispheres, maintains active communication channels that allow coordinated processing of memories that involve both sides of your brain. Complex memories with multiple components, such as recollections that include both verbal and visual elements, or experiences that involve both analytical and emotional processing, require interhemispheric coordination to ensure they are consolidated as unified wholes rather than fragmented pieces. Your brain's electrical activity continues to evolve as deeper sleep stages approach, with the slow, high-amplitude waves that will characterize deep sleep beginning to appear intermittently among the faster rhythms of stage 2 sleep. These slow waves, when they occur, represent moments of highly synchronized neural activity where large populations of brain cells coordinate their activity in ways that support memory consolidation. The gradual increase in slow wave activity signals your brain's preparation for the intensive memory work that will occur during the deepest stages of sleep. The pineal gland continues its production of melatonin throughout these early sleep stages, maintaining high levels of this important hormone that serves multiple functions in memory consolidation. Melatonin acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting developing memories from oxidative damage that could interfere with their formation. It also helps coordinate the timing of various sleep processes, ensuring that different aspects of memory consolidation occur in a proper sequence and at optimal times relative to your circadian rhythms. Your autonomic nervous system settles into its sleep configuration as the night shift begins, with parasympathetic activity increasing and sympathetic activity decreasing. This shift toward parasympathetic dominance promotes the rest and restoration functions that support memory consolidation, including enhanced cellular repair processes, improved waste clearance, and optimized nutrient delivery to brain tissue. The calming influence of parasympathetic activation also helps maintain the stable internal environment that memory formation requires. Sleep-specific brain regions and circuits that remain relatively quiet during waking hours begin to activate as the night shift progresses. These specialized sleep circuits coordinate the complex orchestra of memory consolidation processes, ensuring that different types of memories receive appropriate processing and that consolidation activities don't interfere with each other. The activation of these sleep-specific systems represents your brain's full commitment to the memory work ahead. The reduction in muscle tone that accompanies deeper sleep stages serves important functions beyond simply promoting physical rest. Decreased muscle activity reduces the metabolic demands on your cardiovascular system, allowing more resources to be devoted to brain function. The physical stillness of sleep also eliminates sensory feedback from movement that could interfere with memory processing, creating a quiet internal environment optimal for consolidation work. Your brain's shift toward internally generated activity patterns becomes increasingly pronounced as the night shift continues. Instead of responding primarily to external sensory input as it does during waking hours, your brain begins to generate its own patterns of activity based on stored memories and internal processing needs. This shift toward internally driven activity creates the foundation for the memory replay and reorganization processes that will dominate the night. The hierarchical organization of memory consolidation processes begins to emerge as deeper sleep approaches. Different types of memories, factual information, emotional experiences, motor skills, and perceptual learning start to segregate toward the brain regions and systems that specialize in their long-term storage. This organizational process ensures that each type of memory receives appropriate processing while maximizing the efficiency of the overall consolidation system. Quality control mechanisms for memory formation become increasingly active as the night shift progresses. Your brain begins to evaluate the strength and importance of different memory traces, allocating consolidation resources to the most significant experiences while allowing less important details to fade. This selective consolidation process helps ensure that your limited memory storage capacity is used efficiently for the experiences that will be most valuable for your future well-being and decision-making. The night shift represents not just a change in your brain's activity level, but a fundamental transformation in its operational priorities and processing strategies. What begins as simple sleep becomes an opportunity for your brain to step back from the immediate demands of conscious life and engage in the patient, methodical work of organizing and preserving the experiences that will shape your future understanding of yourself and the world around you. As you descend deeper into the peaceful realm of sleep, your brain enters one of the most remarkable and restorative phases of the entire sleep cycle. The slow-wave sleep stage, where gentle, rhythmic waves of electrical activity sweep across your neural landscape like ocean swells rolling steadily toward shore. These slow waves, oscillating at less than 1 cycle per second, represent moments of extraordinary coordination where millions of neurons across your brain synchronize their activity in powerful, unified patterns that serve as the foundation for the most intensive memory consolidation work of the night. The transition into slow-wave sleep unfolds with the gradual majesty of sunrise, as your brain waves progressively slow and amplify until they achieve the deep, resonant rhythms that characterize this crucial sleep stage. Each slow wave represents a coordinated effort by vast populations of neurons to cycle together between states of high activity and relative quiet, creating windows of opportunity where memories can be strengthened, reorganized, and transferred from temporary storage to more permanent homes in your brain's vast neural network. During the peaks of these slow waves, when millions of neurons fire together in synchronized harmony, your brain creates optimal conditions for the protein synthesis and synaptic modifications that form the physical basis of long-term memory. The synapses that connect neurons involved in important memories receive bursts of activity that trigger cellular mechanisms responsible for strengthening these connections, like construction workers reinforcing the foundations of important buildings during scheduled maintenance periods. This synaptic strengthening ensures that significant experiences from your day will be preserved with sufficient clarity and durability to serve you well in the future. Your hippocampus takes on the role of master conductor during slow-wave sleep, orchestrating complex patterns of neural replay that help transfer memories from temporary storage to more permanent locations throughout your cortex. The hippocampus sends carefully timed signals to various cortical regions, essentially teaching them the neural patterns that represent important experiences and helping them establish the local connections needed to store these memories independently. This transfer process is gradual and gentle, requiring multiple replay sessions over many nights to complete the full transformation from hippocampus-dependent to cortex-dependent memories. The replay process during slow-wave sleep is not a simple repetition of the day's experiences, but rather an intelligent editing and organization system that enhances memories while preparing them for long-term storage. Your hippocampus often replays experiences at speeds much faster than they originally occurred, compressing hours of experience into minutes of neural activity. This time compression allows your brain to identify patterns and connections that might not have been apparent during the original experience, extracting abstract principles and rules that will be useful for understanding future situations. The thalamus, your brain's relay station, plays a crucial role in coordinating the slow-wave sleep processes that support memory consolidation. It generates rhythmic patterns of activity that help synchronize different brain regions, ensuring that memory transfer processes occur in a coordinated fashion rather than as chaotic, competing activities. The thalamus also helps protect slow-wave sleep from minor environmental disturbances, maintaining the stable conditions necessary for effective memory consolidation by filtering out irrelevant sensory input that could disrupt the delicate work in progress. Temperature regulation becomes particularly sophisticated during slow-wave sleep, as your brain's thermal management systems work to maintain optimal conditions for the cellular processes involved in memory formation. The slight cooling that characterizes this sleep stage enhances the efficiency of protein synthesis, the molecular processes that build the physical structures of memory, while also reducing metabolic stress on neurons engaged in intensive consolidation work. This thermal optimization represents one of many ways your brain creates ideal conditions for memory formation during sleep. The glymphatic system reaches peak efficiency during slow-wave sleep, clearing metabolic waste products from your brain tissue with remarkable effectiveness. This cleaning process is not merely supportive of memory consolidation, but actively necessary for it, as the accumulation of cellular debris can interfere with synaptic function and memory formation. The enhanced glymphatic flow during slow-wave sleep ensures that memory consolidation processes operate in a clean, optimal cellular environment where neurons can function at their highest efficiency. Your brain's electrical activity during slow-wave sleep creates a unique environment where different types of memories can be processed simultaneously without interference. The large, slow oscillations provide a temporal framework that allows various memory consolidation processes to occur in an organized sequence, much like a well-choreographed dance where different performers take the stage at precisely the right moments. This temporal organization ensures that consolidation of factual memories doesn't interfere with emotional memory processing, and that motor skill consolidation occurs at optimal times relative to other memory activities. The neurochemical environment during slow-wave sleep shifts dramatically to support memory consolidation processes. Growth hormone, which promotes cellular repair and protein synthesis, reaches its highest levels during this sleep stage, providing the molecular building blocks needed for synaptic strengthening and memory formation. At the same time, stress hormones like cortisol reach their lowest levels, reducing interference with memory consolidation while creating calm conditions optimal for neuroplasticity. The process of memory consolidation during slow-wave sleep involves sophisticated quality control mechanisms that help determine which memories deserve the significant metabolic investment required for long-term storage. Memories that proved particularly useful during the day, that generated strong emotional responses, or that connect meaningfully with existing knowledge receive priority processing during slow-wave sleep. This selective consolidation helps ensure that your brain's limited storage resources are allocated to the experiences that will be most valuable for your future navigation of life's challenges and opportunities. Synaptic homeostasis, a crucial process for maintaining optimal brain function, occurs primarily during slow-wave sleep. Throughout the day, synaptic connections throughout your brain gradually strengthen as you learn and experience new things. But this accumulation of synaptic strength would eventually lead to saturation if not balanced by periods of synaptic weakening. During slow-wave sleep, your brain implements a sophisticated rebalancing process that preserves important synaptic changes while reducing overall synaptic strength to sustainable levels, creating space for future learning while maintaining existing memories. The consolidation of different types of memories follows distinct patterns during slow-wave sleep, with your brain's various memory systems taking turns accessing the neural resources needed for their specialized processing. Declarative memories, which include facts and events that you can consciously recall, receive extensive processing during the early part of the night, when slow-wave sleep is most prominent. These memories undergo careful integration with existing knowledge, helping to build the organized knowledge structures that support understanding and decision-making. Emotional memories receive special attention during slow-wave sleep, as your brain works to separate the emotional significance of experiences from their factual content. This emotional processing helps reduce the intensity of negative emotions associated with difficult experiences while preserving the learning value of these encounters. The result is a more balanced emotional perspective on challenging events, allowing you to benefit from difficult experiences without being overwhelmed by their emotional impact. The motor cortex and cerebellum collaborate during slow-wave sleep to consolidate procedural memories related to physical skills and motor learning. If you practiced a musical instrument, learned a dance step, or worked to improve your golf swing during the day, these brain regions replay and refine the neural patterns associated with these movements during slow-wave sleep. This motor memory consolidation often results in improved performance the next day, as your brain has literally practiced these skills while you slept. The default mode network, which includes brain regions involved in self-reflection and autobiographical memory, becomes highly active during slow-wave sleep despite the overall reduction in brain metabolism that characterizes this sleep stage. This network helps integrate new experiences with your existing sense of self and personal history, ensuring that memories are not stored in isolation but become part of the larger narrative that defines your identity and guides your understanding of your place in the world. The visual cortex engages in its own specialized consolidation processes during slow-wave sleep, organizing and strengthening memories of visual experiences while also processing visual learning that occurred during the day. If you learned to recognize new faces, studied visual patterns, or encountered novel visual environments, your visual cortex works during slow-wave sleep to extract the essential features of these experiences and integrate them with your existing visual knowledge. The language areas of your brain remain active during slow-wave sleep, consolidating verbal memories and linguistic learning that occurred during the day. New vocabulary, improved pronunciation, grammatical rules, and conversational skills all receive processing during this sleep stage, helping to strengthen your language capabilities while you rest. This linguistic consolidation helps explain why a good night's sleep often improves language learning and why studying before bed can be particularly effective for language acquisition. The consolidation of social memories receives special attention during slow-wave sleep, as your brain processes the complex interpersonal experiences that filled your day. Conversations with friends, observations of social dynamics, lessons about human nature, and insights into relationships all undergo careful processing during slow-wave sleep. This social memory consolidation helps you develop better understanding of others and more effective strategies for navigating the complex social world that surrounds you. Spatial memories, which help you navigate through familiar and unfamiliar environments, receive extensive consolidation during slow-wave sleep through the coordinated activity of your hippocampus and associated brain regions. The mental maps that help you find your way through the world are strengthened and refined during this sleep stage, ensuring that you can navigate efficiently through environments you visited while also preparing you to understand and remember new spatial layouts you encounter in the future. The slow waves of consolidation create a peaceful, rhythmic environment where your brain can engage in the patient, methodical work of organizing and preserving the experiences that define your life. like a skilled librarian working quietly through the night to organize and catalog new acquisitions. Your brain uses the gentle rhythms of slow-wave sleep to ensure that each day's meaningful experiences find their proper place in the vast library of memories that will guide your future understanding and decision-making. As the night progresses and your brain cycles through its carefully orchestrated stages of sleep, you enter perhaps the most fascinating and creative phase of memory formation, REM sleep, where rapid eye movements dance beneath your closed lids and dreams unfold like elaborate theater productions on the stage of your sleeping mind. Far from being mere random neural noise or meaningless entertainment, these dreams serve as skilled construction workers in the architecture of memory, building connections, testing possibilities, and creating the innovative frameworks that will help you understand and navigate tomorrow's challenges with greater wisdom and creativity. The transition into REM sleep represents a dramatic shift in your brain's operational mode, as neural activity increases to levels that rival or even exceed waking consciousness, while your body enters a state of protective paralysis that prevents you from acting out your dreams. This paradoxical combination of mental activation and physical stillness creates optimal conditions for the creative memory work that characterizes REM sleep, allowing your brain to engage in unrestricted exploration and connection-making without the constraints of physical reality or logical limitations. Your brain waves during REM sleep resemble those of waking consciousness, filled with rapid, irregular oscillations that reflect the intense neural activity occurring throughout your cortex. Unlike the synchronized slow waves of deep sleep, REM brain activity is characterized by diversity and creativity, as different brain regions engage in complex dialogues that weave together memories, emotions, and imagination in novel combinations that would be impossible during the more structured thinking of waking hours. The neurochemical landscape of REM sleep undergoes a remarkable transformation that supports the creative memory work occurring during dreams. Norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin, neurotransmitters that maintain logical thinking and reality testing during waking hours, drop to extremely low levels, freeing your brain from the constraints of linear reasoning and allowing for the bizarre but often insightful combinations that characterize dream logic. Meanwhile, acetylcholine increases dramatically, promoting the vivid hallucinations and enhanced memory processing that define the dream state. Your hippocampus continues its memory consolidation work during REM sleep, but now it operates in a more creative and integrative mode compared to the methodical replay processes of slow-wave sleep. Instead of simply transferring memories from temporary to permanent storage, the hippocampus during REM sleep engages in sophisticated pattern matching and connection finding, identifying relationships between seemingly unrelated experiences and helping to integrate new learning with existing knowledge in innovative ways. The prefrontal cortex, your brain's center for logical reasoning and reality testing, becomes less active during REM sleep, allowing other brain regions to operate with greater freedom and creativity. This reduction in prefrontal control eliminates the critical voice that might otherwise reject unusual ideas or impossible scenarios, creating mental space for the innovative thinking and creative problem-solving that often emerge from dreams. Many scientific discoveries and artistic insights have originated in the unrestricted cognitive environment of REM sleep. Dreams serve as a testing ground where your brain can safely explore different responses to challenging situations without real-world consequences. By simulating various scenarios and experimenting with different approaches, dreams help prepare you for future challenges while also processing the emotional and practical lessons embedded in your daily experiences. This simulation function of dreaming represents a form of virtual reality training that enhances your ability to respond effectively to similar situations in waking life. The visual cortex becomes highly active during REM sleep, generating the rich imagery that characterizes most dreams. This visual activity is not simply random firing, but rather represents sophisticated processing of visual memories and the creation of new visual scenarios that help consolidate spatial and visual learning. The brain's ability to generate convincing visual experiences during dreams demonstrates the remarkable power of memory-based reconstruction and the brain's capacity for creative visual synthesis. Emotional processing reaches its peak during REM sleep, as your limbic system becomes highly active while remaining disconnected from the stress response systems that would normally activate during emotional situations. This unique combination allows your brain to process emotional memories thoroughly without triggering the fight-or-flight responses that would interfere with learning. Dreams often feature intense emotional content because this emotional activation helps strengthen the memory consolidation processes occurring during REM sleep. The motor cortex generates complex movement patterns during REM sleep, even though these commands are blocked from reaching your muscles by the brainstem's protective paralysis system. This motor activity represents the consolidation of procedural memories and the practice of motor skills that you learned or used during the day. Athletes often report improved performance after nights of vivid dreams about their sport, reflecting the motor skill consolidation that occurs during REM sleep. Language processing areas remain active during REM sleep, contributing to the often elaborate narratives and conversations that characterize many dreams. This linguistic activity supports the consolidation of verbal memories and language learning, while also demonstrating the brain's remarkable ability to generate coherent speech and dialogue in the absence of external linguistic input. The wordplay and creative language combinations that often appear in dreams reflect the unrestricted linguistic processing occurring during REM sleep. The temporal lobe memory systems engage in sophisticated cross-referencing during REM sleep, comparing new experiences with stored memories to identify patterns, extract general principles, and update existing knowledge structures. This comparative processing helps transform specific episodic memories into more general semantic knowledge, allowing you to extract abstract lessons from concrete experiences and apply these insights to novel situations you may encounter in the future. Dream content often reflects the memory consolidation priorities established during earlier sleep stages, with the most significant or emotionally important experiences from the day appearing in modified form within dream narratives. However, dreams rarely replay experiences exactly as they occurred, but instead recombine elements from different memories to create new scenarios that highlight important themes or relationships that might not have been apparent during the original experiences. The problem-solving capabilities of REM sleep often manifest as dreams that present novel solutions to challenges you've been facing or creative approaches to projects you've been working on. The brain's ability to make unexpected connections during REM sleep can lead to insights that would be unlikely to emerge during more structured waking thought. This creative problem-solving function helps explain why sleeping on it often leads to better decisions and more innovative solutions. Memory integration during REM sleep involves sophisticated processes that help build connections between new experiences and existing knowledge networks. Dreams often feature combinations of recent experiences with older memories, creating hybrid scenarios that help integrate new learning with established understanding. This integration process helps ensure that new memories don't remain isolated, but become part of larger knowledge structures that enhance overall understanding and wisdom. The consolidation of social and emotional memories receives special attention during REM sleep, as dreams frequently feature interpersonal scenarios that help process social learning and emotional experiences from daily life. These social dream simulations help refine your understanding of relationships, social dynamics, and emotional responses, while also providing opportunities to practice social skills and explore different approaches to interpersonal challenges. Creative memories and imaginative experiences receive extensive processing during REM sleep, as the brain works to consolidate artistic insights, innovative ideas, and creative inspirations that emerge during waking hours. Artists, writers, musicians, and other creative individuals often report that their best ideas come after periods of sleep, reflecting the creative consolidation and synthesis that occurs during REM sleep dreaming. The brain's capacity for generating novel scenarios during REM sleep serves important adaptive functions by allowing you to mentally rehearse responses to situations you haven't actually encountered. These hypothetical scenarios help build mental flexibility and prepare you to respond effectively to unexpected challenges. The strange and often impossible situations that characterize dreams actually serve useful functions by stretching your mental models and enhancing cognitive flexibility. Fear and anxiety processing during REM sleep helps consolidate emotional learning while reducing the intensity of negative emotions associated with challenging experiences. Dreams often feature threatening or difficult situations that allow your brain to practice emotional regulation and stress response strategies in a safe environment. This emotional processing helps build resilience and reduces the likelihood that difficult experiences will develop into persistent anxiety or traumatic memories. The consolidation of episodic memories during REM sleep involves sophisticated editing processes that help determine which details of experiences are worth preserving and which can be safely forgotten. Dreams often highlight the most meaningful aspects of daily experiences while allowing less important details to fade, helping to create more efficient and useful memory representations that focus on information most relevant to future decision-making and understanding. Skill consolidation during REM sleep extends beyond motor abilities to include cognitive skills, social competencies, and creative capabilities. Any new abilities you practiced or developed during the day receive processing during REM sleep that helps strengthen neural pathways and improve performance. This skill consolidation function helps explain why consistent sleep is so important for learning and why sleep deprivation can significantly impair the acquisition of new abilities. The memory construction work performed during REM sleep dreams creates new neural pathways and strengthens existing connections in ways that enhance both memory storage and retrieval. Like skilled architects designing buildings that are both beautiful and functional, the dream processes of REM sleep create memory structures that are both emotionally meaningful and practically useful, ensuring that your experiences contribute maximally to your ongoing development and understanding of yourself and the world around you. Deep within the temporal lobes of your brain, nestled beneath the cortical surface like a precious jewel hidden in soft earth, lies the hippocampus, a seahorse-shaped structure whose elegant curves belie its extraordinary power as the master orchestrator of memory formation. Throughout the night, as you rest in peaceful slumber, this remarkable brain region works with the dedication of a master craftsman, carefully selecting, organizing, and preserving the most important experiences from your day while coordinating the complex symphony of neural processes that will transform temporary impressions into lasting memories. The hippocampus earned its name from ancient Greek anatomists who noticed its resemblance to the seahorse that graces Mediterranean waters, but this modest structure possesses capabilities that far exceed its humble appearance. Unlike other brain regions that specialize in specific functions like vision or movement, the hippocampus serves as a sophisticated coordinator that can communicate with virtually every other part of your brain, making it uniquely qualified to serve as the central hub for memory formation and organization. During the early stages of sleep, your hippocampus begins its nightly memory work by conducting what neuroscientists call sharp wave ripples, brief but intense bursts of electrical activity that sweep through its neural circuits like ripples spreading across a compound. These ripples, lasting only 50 to 200 milliseconds each, represent moments of extraordinary coordination where thousands of hippocampal neurons fire together in precise sequences that replay the neural patterns of important experiences from your day. The timing of these sharp wave ripples is not random, but follows sophisticated patterns that optimize memory consolidation. They occur most frequently during the quiet periods between more active sleep stages, creating windows of opportunity when the hippocampus can communicate with cortical regions without interference from other neural processes. Each ripple represents a teaching moment where the hippocampus sends carefully organized information to various parts of your cortex, gradually transferring memories from temporary hippocampal storage to more permanent cortical locations. The replay process orchestrated by your hippocampus during sleep is remarkably intelligent. featuring not just simple repetition of daily experiences, but sophisticated editing and organization that enhances the value of memories for future use. Experiences are often replayed at speeds up to 20 times faster than they originally occurred, allowing your brain to identify patterns and relationships that might not have been apparent during the real-time experience. This temporal compression also allows the hippocampus to replay many more experiences during the limited time available for memory consolidation. Your hippocampus possesses an extraordinary ability to bind together different elements of complex experiences into unified memories that can be retrieved as integrated wholes. When you remember a pleasant dinner with friends, your hippocampus coordinates the retrieval of visual memories of faces and food, auditory memories of conversation and laughter, emotional memories of warmth and connection, and contextual memories of time and place. During sleep, the hippocampus strengthens the connections between these different memory components, ensuring they remain linked as a coherent whole. The organizational capabilities of the hippocampus extend far beyond simple storage and retrieval to include sophisticated categorization and cross-referencing systems that help make memories more useful and accessible. During sleep, the hippocampus works to identify thematic connections between different experiences, grouping related memories together and creating associative links that will allow you to access relevant information quickly when facing similar situations in the future. Place cells within your hippocampus, which fire when you're in specific locations, remain active during sleep as they help consolidate spatial memories and update your internal maps of familiar environments. If you visited new places during the day or learned new routes through familiar territories, these place cells replay their firing patterns during sleep, strengthening the neural representations that will help you navigate these spaces more efficiently in the future. This spatial memory consolidation ensures that you can build increasingly sophisticated mental maps of your environment. Time cells in your hippocampus help organize memories according to when events occurred, creating temporal frameworks that allow you to understand the sequence and timing of experiences. During sleep, these time cells help establish the chronological relationships between different memories, ensuring that you can reconstruct not just what happened, but when things happen relative to each other. This temporal organization is crucial for understanding cause and effect relationships and learning from the consequences of your actions. The hippocampus also contains concept cells that respond to abstract ideas and general categories rather than specific sensory details. During sleep, these cells help extract general principles and abstract concepts from specific experiences, allowing you to build the conceptual knowledge that will help you understand and respond to novel situations. This abstraction process transforms concrete experiences into flexible knowledge that can be applied in many different contexts. Memory indexing represents one of the most sophisticated functions performed by your hippocampus during sleep. Rather than storing complete memories within its own neural circuits, the hippocampus creates detailed indexes that point to memory components stored throughout your cortex. During sleep consolidation, the hippocampus works to strengthen these indexes while also building redundant pathways that will allow memories to be retrieved even if some neural connections are damaged or disrupted. The hippocampus collaborates extensively with the prefrontal cortex during sleep to organize memories according to their relevance to your goals, values, and future plans. This goal-oriented memory organization helps ensure that the experiences most relevant to your personal development and life objectives receive priority treatment during consolidation. Memories that relate to your aspirations, relationships, and important projects are strengthened more than routine experiences that have little bearing on your future plans. Quality control represents another crucial function of hippocampal memory processing during sleep. The hippocampus evaluates the accuracy and reliability of different memory traces, strengthening those that appear to be accurate representations of actual experiences while allowing false or corrupted memories to fade. This quality control process helps maintain the integrity of your memory system and prevents the accumulation of inaccurate information that could lead to poor decisions. The hippocampus demonstrates remarkable plasticity during sleep, with new neurons continuing to be born and integrated into existing circuits throughout adult life. This neurogenesis occurs primarily during sleep, when the brain can dedicate resources to growth and development without interference from active learning demands. The new neurons generated during sleep help maintain the hippocampus's capacity for learning and memory, while also contributing fresh perspectives to memory processing. Integration with emotional memory systems represents a particularly important aspect of hippocampal function during sleep. The hippocampus works closely with the amygdala and other limbic structures to ensure that the emotional significance of experiences is appropriately preserved and associated with factual memory content. This emotional integration helps create memories that are not just factually accurate, but also emotionally meaningful and motivationally relevant. The hippocampus serves as a pattern completion system that can reconstruct complete memories from partial cues, and this capability is enhanced during sleep through the strengthening of associative connections. If you encounter a familiar smell, sound, or sight in the future, your hippocampus will be able to retrieve the complete context of related past experiences, providing rich background information that can inform your understanding and response to current situations. Comparative analysis represents another sophisticated capability of the hippocampus that operates primarily during sleep. The hippocampus compares new experiences with stored memories to identify similarities and differences, helping you understand how current situations relate to past experiences. This comparative processing helps build the experiential wisdom that allows you to recognize patterns, anticipate outcomes, and make better decisions based on lessons learned from previous experiences. The hippocampus also plays crucial roles in prospective memory formation during sleep, helping you remember to perform intended actions in the future. Plans, goals, and intentions formed during the day receive consolidation during sleep that strengthens your ability to remember and execute them when appropriate opportunities arise. This prospective memory processing helps ensure that your sleep-consolidated memories include not just past experiences, but also future-oriented intentions. Flexible retrieval pathways represent one of the most important products of hippocampal memory consolidation during sleep. Rather than creating rigid, fixed memories, the hippocampus builds flexible memory networks that can be accessed through multiple routes and retrieved in response to various cues. This flexibility ensures that memories remain accessible even when the specific context of their formation is not available, making your knowledge more robust and useful. The hippocampus coordinates with various cortical regions during sleep to create distributed memory networks that span multiple brain areas. Visual memories are strengthened in visual cortex, auditory memories in auditory cortex, and motor memories in motor cortex. But the hippocampus maintains the coordination systems that allow these distributed components to be retrieved as unified experiences. This distributed storage system makes memories more resistant to brain damage while also making more efficient use of specialized cortical processing capabilities. Schema formation represents one of the most sophisticated memory processes orchestrated by the hippocampus during sleep. Schemas are organized knowledge structures that help you understand and respond to familiar types of situations. During sleep, the hippocampus works to extract common patterns from multiple related experiences and create general schemas that can guide your understanding of similar situations in the future. These schemas become increasingly sophisticated with experience, allowing you to navigate complex situations with greater expertise and confidence. The hippocampus also engages in sophisticated memory consolidation processes that help protect important memories from interference and forgetting. During sleep, the hippocampus strengthens the neural pathways associated with significant memories while also building alternative retrieval routes that provide backup access if primary pathways are disrupted. This redundancy helps ensure that your most important memories remain accessible throughout your lifetime, preserving the experiences that define your identity and guide your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Throughout the quiet hours of your sleep, while your conscious mind rests in peaceful oblivion, your brain engages in one of the most remarkable construction projects in all of biology, the delicate renovation and refinement of the synaptic connections that form the physical foundation of your memories. Like skilled craftsmen working through the night to strengthen important structures while removing unnecessary scaffolding, your neural systems carefully modify the trillions of synaptic connections between neurons, strengthening those that represent important memories while pruning away connections that are no longer needed. The synapses that connect your neurons are far more than simple electrical junctions. They're sophisticated molecular machines capable of adjusting their strength, efficiency, and responsiveness based on the patterns of activity they experience. During sleep, these synaptic connections undergo intensive renovation processes that determine which memories will be preserved with clarity and which will fade into the background of forgotten experiences. This synaptic renovation represents the physical embodiment of memory formation, where temporary electrical patterns become permanent structural changes in your brain. The process of synaptic strengthening during sleep involves intricate molecular mechanisms that operate with remarkable precision and sophistication. When important memories are replayed during sleep, the synapses involved in those memory traces receive cascades of chemical signals that trigger the production of new proteins and the modification of existing cellular structures. These molecular changes physically alter the synapses, making them larger, more efficient, and more responsive to future activation, essentially carving the memory into the physical structure of your brain. Long-term potentiation, the cellular process underlying synaptic strengthening, reaches its peak efficiency during sleep when neural circuits can focus their resources on consolidation without interference from new learning. This process involves the coordinated activation of multiple molecular pathways that work together to enhance synaptic transmission. Calcium ions flood into activated synapses, triggering protein kinases that modify existing synaptic proteins while also activating gene expression programs that produce new structural components for strengthening synapses. The protein synthesis machinery within your neurons works overtime during sleep, producing the molecular building blocks needed for synaptic renovation. Ribosomes, the cellular factories that manufacture proteins, increase their activity in neurons that were heavily involved in important learning during the day. These newly synthesized proteins travel to specific synapses where they integrate into existing structures or create entirely new synaptic components, physically embedding memories into the architecture of your neural networks. Synaptic pruning represents the complementary process to synaptic strengthening, involving the careful removal of weak or unnecessary connections that could interfere with efficient neural communication. During sleep, your brain activates specialized cellular mechanisms that identify underused synapses and systematically eliminate them, much like gardeners pruning away dead branches to help healthy growth flourish. This pruning process is essential for maintaining optimal brain function, as excessive synaptic connections would create noise and inefficiency in neural circuits. The glial cells that support your neurons play crucial roles in synaptic renovation during sleep, providing both the materials and the cleanup services needed for efficient synaptic modification. Astrocytes, star-shaped glial cells that surround synapses, become more active during sleep as they deliver nutrients to working synapses and remove metabolic waste products that could interfere with synaptic function. They also release growth factors and other signaling molecules that promote synaptic strengthening and guide the formation of new connections. Microglial cells, the brain's resident immune cells, take on specialized roles during sleep as they carefully prune unnecessary synaptic connections while protecting important ones from damage. These cellular gardeners use sophisticated molecular recognition systems to identify synapses that should be eliminated while preserving those that represent important memories. The microglial pruning process is essential for maintaining optimal synaptic density and preventing the accumulation of redundant connections that could impair brain function. The timing of synaptic renovations during sleep follows precise patterns that maximize the efficiency of memory consolidation while minimizing interference between different memory systems. Different types of synapses undergo renovation at different times during the night, with motor skill synapses receiving attention during different sleep stages than those involved in declarative memory. This temporal organization ensures that various memory systems can undergo intensive renovation without competing for limited cellular resources. Synaptic scaling represents a sophisticated homeostatic mechanism that operates during sleep to maintain optimal levels of neural excitability throughout your brain. As synapses strengthen during memory consolidation, your brain must carefully balance this increased activity to prevent runaway excitation that could lead to seizures or other dysfunction. During sleep, neurons adjust their overall responsiveness to maintain stable activity levels while preserving the relative differences in synaptic strength that encode memories. The molecular tags that mark synapses for strengthening or elimination during sleep represent some of the most sophisticated cellular recognition systems in biology. These tags, composed of specific proteins and other molecules, allow cellular renovation machinery to identify which synapses participated in important learning and which can be safely eliminated. The tagging process begins during waking hours but reaches completion during sleep when cellular resources are available for extensive molecular modifications. Epigenetic modifications, changes in gene expression that don't alter DNA sequences, play crucial roles in synaptic renovation during sleep. These modifications help determine which genes are activated in specific neurons during memory consolidation, allowing for precise control over which synaptic changes occur in response to different types of learning. The epigenetic landscape of your neurons is constantly being revised during sleep to support optimal memory formation and storage. The structural modifications that occur at synapses during sleep involve changes in both presynaptic and postsynaptic components of neural connections. Presynaptic terminals, which release neurotransmitters, may grow larger or develop additional release sites to increase their communication capacity. Postsynaptic structures, which receive neurotransmitters, may sprout new receptor proteins or modify their sensitivity to enhance their responsiveness to incoming signals. Dendritic spine formation and modification represent particularly dramatic examples of synaptic renovation during sleep. These tiny protrusions from neurons, which house many synaptic connections, can grow, shrink, or change shape during sleep in response to memory consolidation demands. New spines may form to accommodate additional synaptic connections, while existing spines may be enlarged to strengthen important connections or eliminated to remove unnecessary ones. The molecular machinery responsible for synaptic renovation during sleep includes sophisticated protein complexes that can perform multiple functions simultaneously. These molecular machines can strengthen some synapses while weakening others, insert new receptors while removing old ones, and modify synaptic structures while maintaining ongoing neural communication. The coordination of these multiple functions requires precise molecular choreography that operates with remarkable efficiency during sleep. Neurotransmitter receptor modifications during sleep help fine-tune synaptic communication to optimize memory storage and retrieval. The number, type, and sensitivity of receptors at individual synapses can be adjusted during sleep to enhance the transmission of signals related to important memories while reducing responsiveness to less significant inputs. These receptor modifications provide additional layers of control over synaptic strength and communication efficiency. The cytoskeletal modifications that occur within neurons during sleep provide the structural framework needed to support synaptic changes. The internal skeleton of neurons, composed of various protein filaments, must be reorganized to accommodate new synaptic structures and strengthen existing ones. These cytoskeletal changes often involve the coordinated modification of multiple protein systems working together to create stable structural foundations for memories. Mitochondrial function within neurons becomes particularly important during sleep, as these cellular powerhouses must provide the energy needed for intensive synaptic renovation. Mitochondria migrate to synapses undergoing strengthening to provide local energy supplies for protein synthesis and structural modifications. The efficiency of mitochondrial function during sleep directly affects the success of memory consolidation, as energy-demanding synaptic modifications require sustained ADP production. The intercellular communication systems that coordinate synaptic renovation across multiple neurons involve sophisticated molecular signaling networks that operate primarily during sleep. Neurons release various signaling molecules that influence the synaptic modifications occurring in nearby cells, helping to coordinate memory consolidation across entire neural circuits. This intercellular coordination ensures that memories are encoded as coherent patterns spanning multiple neurons rather than as isolated changes in individual cells. Quality control mechanisms during synaptic renovation help ensure that only appropriate modifications are made and that errors in synaptic strengthening or pruning are corrected before they can interfere with memory function. Cellular proofreading systems monitor synaptic changes and can reverse modifications that appear to be incorrect or potentially harmful. These quality control processes help maintain the integrity of memory storage while allowing for the flexibility needed to accommodate new learning. The regenerative capacity of synaptic systems during sleep allows for the repair of damage that may have accumulated during waking hours while also providing opportunities for synaptic enhancement beyond simple restoration. Environmental stresses, metabolic demands, and normal cellular aging can damage synaptic structures, but sleep provides dedicated time for comprehensive repair and renovation that often leaves synapses stronger and more efficient than they were before. The synaptic renovations that occur during sleep create the physical foundation for the enhanced memory performance that characterizes well-rested individuals. The strengthened synapses that result from effective sleep consolidation provide faster, more reliable access to stored memories, while also creating more robust storage that resists forgetting and interference. These physical improvements in synaptic architecture translate directly into improved cognitive performance and more effective memory function in daily life. In the gentle darkness of your sleeping hours, your brain engages in one of its most counterintuitive yet essential activities, the deliberate forgetting of information that, while temporarily important, would ultimately clutter your memory systems and interfere with efficient cognitive function. This selective forgetting is not a failure of memory, but rather a sophisticated quality control process that helps ensure your limited neural resources are devoted to preserving the experiences and knowledge that will be most valuable for your future well-being and success. The process of active forgetting during sleep operates with the same precision and intelligence that characterizes memory consolidation, but with the opposite goal. Instead of strengthening neural connections, your brain carefully identifies and weakens connections that represent less important information. This forgetting process is not random or haphazard, but follows sophisticated criteria that help distinguish between memories worth preserving and those that can be safely released to make room for future learning. Your brain approaches the challenge of selective forgetting like a wise librarian faced with limited shelf space who must carefully choose which books to keep and which to remove from the collection. The decisions are not made lightly or carelessly, but reflect deep understanding of what knowledge will be most useful for future reference. The memories that undergo forgetting during sleep are typically those that serve their purpose during the day, but have no lasting value for future decision-making or understanding. The molecular mechanisms underlying active forgetting involve many of the same cellular systems that strengthen important memories, but operating in reverse to weaken unnecessary connections. The synapses representing unimportant information receive signals that trigger the removal of synaptic proteins, the reduction of dendritic spines, and the overall weakening of neural connections. These molecular changes ensure that temporary information doesn't consume precious neural resources that could be better used for more significant memories. Protein degradation systems within your neurons become particularly active during sleep as they work to remove the molecular components of unnecessary memories. Specialized enzymes called proteases carefully dismantle synaptic proteins that were built earlier to support temporary memories, recycling their molecular components for use in strengthening more important connections. This protein recycling process represents an elegant example of cellular efficiency, ensuring that limited molecular resources are used optimally. The ubiquitin proteasome system, your cell's sophisticated garbage disposal mechanism, works overtime during sleep to eliminate unnecessary synaptic components while carefully preserving those that represent important memories. This system uses molecular tags to mark proteins for destruction, allowing for precise control over which synaptic components are removed and which are preserved. The specificity of this system ensures that forgetting targets only appropriate memories while leaving important ones untouched. Sleep-dependent forgetting serves crucial functions in maintaining optimal cognitive performance by preventing information overload and reducing interference between similar memories. Without active forgetting, your brain would gradually become cluttered with irrelevant details that could interfere with the retrieval of important information. The parking space you used 3 weeks ago doesn't need to interfere with your memory of where you parked today, so the older, irrelevant information is actively removed during sleep. The criteria used to determine which memories undergo forgetting during sleep reflects sophisticated evaluation processes that consider multiple factors, including emotional significance, practical utility, and relevance to existing knowledge. Memories that generated strong emotional responses, connected meaningfully with existing knowledge, or demonstrated clear practical value are protected from forgetting, while routine, mundane experiences that serve no lasting purpose are allowed to fade away. Interference reduction represents one of the most important functions of sleep-dependent forgetting, as the removal of similar but irrelevant memories helps improve the accuracy and efficiency of memory retrieval. When you learn new information that is similar to something you already know, the old information can interfere with accurate recall of the new learning unless the brain actively manages this potential conflict through selective forgetting of outdated information. The temporal aspects of forgetting during sleep follow sophisticated patterns that help distinguish between information that may still be useful and information that has clearly outlived its purpose. Recent memories receive more protection from forgetting than older ones, but the age of a memory is not the only factor considered. Memories that have been retrieved and used recently are also protected, while those that haven't been accessed for extended periods become candidates for elimination. Contextual forgetting during sleep helps remove the specific situational details of experiences while preserving their general lessons and insights. The exact words spoken during a conversation may be forgotten, but the important insights gained from the discussion are preserved. This type of selective forgetting helps transform episodic memories into semantic knowledge, extracting lasting value from temporary experiences. The forgetting of emotional details while preserving factual content represents another sophisticated aspect of sleep-dependent memory processing. Traumatic or highly stressful experiences often undergo selective forgetting that reduces their emotional impact while preserving any important lessons they may contain. This emotional forgetting helps prevent the development of persistent anxiety or trauma responses while maintaining access to useful information about potential dangers. Procedural forgetting during sleep helps eliminate inefficient or incorrect motor patterns while strengthening optimal movement sequences. If you practice the skill during the day and made both correct and incorrect movements, sleep preferentially strengthens the neural pathways associated with successful movements while weakening those associated with errors. This selective forgetting helps improve motor performance by reducing interference from incorrect movement patterns. The social dimensions of forgetting during sleep help manage the enormous amount of social information you encounter daily, preserving important insights about relationships and social dynamics while forgetting trivial social details that have no lasting significance. The specific words used in casual conversations may be forgotten, but important information about others' personalities, preferences, and relationship dynamics is carefully preserved. Perceptual forgetting during sleep helps optimize your sensory processing systems by eliminating unnecessary details while preserving important patterns and relationships. The brain's visual system, for example, might forget specific details about scenes you encounter during the day while preserving general information about spatial layouts, object categories, and important visual patterns that could be useful for future navigation and recognition. The forgetting of competing memories during sleep helps resolve conflicts between different versions of similar experiences, allowing your brain to maintain clear, unambiguous memories rather than confusing collections of similar but distinct episodes. When multiple similar experiences could interfere with each other, sleep-dependent forgetting helps eliminate the less important versions while strengthening the most significant or useful ones. Adaptive forgetting mechanisms help ensure that your memory systems remain flexible and responsive to changing circumstances by eliminating outdated information that could interfere with learning new, more relevant information. Old phone numbers, obsolete procedures, and outdated factual information undergo forgetting during sleep to make room for current, accurate information that will be more useful for future decision-making. The hormonal regulation of forgetting during sleep involves sophisticated coordination between various neurotransmitter and hormone systems that help control the balance between memory strengthening and memory elimination. Cortisol, which can promote forgetting when present at appropriate levels, works together with other hormones to ensure that forgetting processes operate optimally without interfering with important memory consolidation. Glial cell participation in forgetting processes during sleep involves the active removal of synaptic components by specialized cellular systems that work like molecular cleanup crews. Microglial cells carefully identify and eliminate unnecessary synaptic connections, while astrocytes help clear away the molecular debris left behind by forgetting processes. This glial involvement ensures that forgetting leaves behind clean, optimized neural circuits rather than cluttered, dysfunctional ones. The network-level effects of selective forgetting during sleep help optimize the overall organization and efficiency of memory systems throughout your brain. By removing unnecessary connections and strengthening important ones, forgetting processes help create more organized, efficient neural networks that can store and retrieve information more effectively. This network optimization improves not just memory function, but overall cognitive performance. Forgetting-related gene expression during sleep involves the activation of specific genetic programs that support the molecular processes underlying memory elimination. These genes produce the enzymes, structural proteins, and signaling molecules needed for selective synaptic weakening and removal. The timing of this gene expression is carefully coordinated with memory consolidation processes to ensure that forgetting and strengthening occur in appropriate balance. The developmental aspects of sleep-dependent forgetting change throughout your lifetime, with younger brains showing more aggressive forgetting that helps maintain plasticity for new learning, while older brains employ more conservative forgetting strategies that help preserve accumulated knowledge and wisdom. These age-related changes in forgetting help optimize memory systems for the different learning challenges and priorities that characterize different life stages. Quality control mechanisms in forgetting processes help ensure that only appropriate memories are eliminated and that important memories are protected from inadvertent removal. These cellular proofreading systems can reverse forgetting processes if they appear to be targeting important memories, helping to maintain the integrity of your memory systems while allowing for beneficial information elimination. The restorative functions of forgetting during sleep help refresh your cognitive systems and prepare them for new learning by removing the accumulated clutter of irrelevant information that could interfere with fresh learning and thinking. Like a computer clearing its temporary files and cache to improve performance, your brain uses sleep-dependent forgetting to maintain optimal cognitive efficiency and readiness for future challenges and opportunities. As the gentle transition toward morning begins deep within your sleeping brain, hours before your conscious awareness stirs, a remarkable process of memory integration unfolds like the first light of dawn, slowly illuminating a complex landscape. Your brain begins the delicate work of preparing the memories formed and strengthened throughout the night for their debut in waking consciousness, ensuring that the knowledge gained through sleep's patient consolidation will be smoothly accessible when you open your eyes to greet the new day. The pre-awakening phase of memory processing represents one of the most sophisticated aspects of sleep-dependent learning, as your brain must somehow transition the memories that have been consolidating in the specialized environment of sleep back into the format and accessibility required for conscious thought and deliberate recall. This transition is not automatic or simple, but requires careful coordination between multiple brain systems, working together to bridge the gap between sleeping and waking consciousness. Your brain's circadian clock, sensing the approaching dawn through subtle changes in light and internal timing signals, begins to initiate the complex sequence of neurochemical and physiological changes that will prepare your memory systems for the transition to waking function. Cortisol levels begin their gradual morning rise, helping to organize memory systems and prepare them for the cognitive demands of the coming day. This cortisol increase is not the stress response associated with alarm clocks or urgent awakening, but rather a gentle, natural preparation that optimizes brain function for conscious activity. The neurotransmitter systems that were suppressed or modified during sleep begin their careful return to waking configurations. But this transition happens gradually and thoughtfully to preserve the memory work that has been accomplished during the night. Acetylcholine levels slowly increase, preparing attention and learning systems for conscious operation, while other neurotransmitters adjust their activity to support the integration of sleep-consolidated memories with waking cognitive function. Your hippocampus, having spent the night carefully transferring memories to cortical storage sites, now begins to shift its function toward supporting conscious memory retrieval rather than unconscious memory consolidation. The neural pathways that were strengthened during sleep must be tested and calibrated to ensure they can support efficient memory access during waking hours. This testing process often manifests as spontaneous memory retrieval during the drowsy period before full awakening, when fragments of dreams or recent experiences drift through consciousness. The integration process involves sophisticated coordination between different memory systems that must learn to work together in their new, strengthened configurations. The procedural memory systems that consolidated motor skills during sleep must integrate with declarative memory systems that processed factual information, ensuring that different types of learning can support each other rather than competing for cognitive resources during waking activity. Temperature regulation plays a crucial role in morning memory integration, as your brain's temperature begins its gradual rise toward waking levels. This temperature increase enhances the efficiency of neural processes that support conscious memory retrieval while also helping to activate the cognitive systems that will be needed for deliberate thinking and problem solving. The timing of this temperature rise is carefully coordinated with other awakening processes to optimize the integration of sleep-consolidated memories. The glymphatic system, which has been clearing metabolic waste throughout the night, begins to reduce its activity as morning approaches, but not before completing a final cleaning sweep that ensures optimal conditions for memory integration. The clean cellular environment created by effective glymphatic function provides the foundation for efficient neural communication and memory retrieval during the transition to waking consciousness. Hormonal coordination becomes particularly important during morning integration, as various hormones must be adjusted to support both the completion of memory consolidation and the preparation for waking cognitive function. Growth hormone, which supported protein synthesis and synaptic strengthening during sleep, begins to decline, while other hormones that support attention and alertness start to increase. This hormonal transition must be carefully timed to preserve the benefits of sleep consolidation while preparing for conscious activity. The default mode network, which was highly active during sleep as it worked to integrate and organize memories, begins to adjust its activity patterns to support the type of self-reflective and introspective thinking that characterizes relaxed waking consciousness. This network will play important roles in helping you access and utilize the memories that were consolidated during sleep, serving as a bridge between unconscious memory processing and conscious memory utilization. Quality testing of newly consolidated memories begins during the morning integration phase, as your brain runs subtle checks to ensure that the memories formed during sleep are accurate, accessible, and properly integrated with existing knowledge. This testing process helps identify any memories that may need additional consolidation or correction before they become part of your active knowledge base. Memories that pass these quality tests become fully available for conscious use, while those that need additional work may be scheduled for further processing during future sleep periods. The reorganization of neural networks that occurred during sleep must be validated and optimized for waking function during the morning integration phase. Neural pathways that were strengthened during sleep are tested to ensure they can support efficient information flow during conscious thinking, while new connections formed during consolidation are evaluated for their contribution to overall cognitive function. This network validation process helps ensure that the architectural changes made during sleep actually improve rather than impair cognitive performance. Synaptic efficiency testing occurs as part of morning integration, with neural circuits checking to ensure that the modifications made during sleep have improved rather than compromised communication between neurons. Synapses that were strengthened during consolidation are tested under conditions similar to those they will encounter during waking activity, while synapses that were weakened or eliminated are verified to ensure they are no longer interfering with optimal neural function. The emotional integration of memories becomes particularly important during the morning transition, as memories that were processed during sleep must be reintegrated with your emotional systems in ways that support healthy emotional responses and decision-making. The emotional intensity of memories is often reduced during sleep processing, and this emotional modulation must be properly calibrated for waking consciousness to ensure that memories can inform decision-making without overwhelming emotional responses. Contextual memory integration helps ensure that the memories consolidated during sleep can be accessed in appropriate context during waking activity. The context-dependent nature of memory retrieval means that memories must be linked not just to their content, but also to the situations and cues that will trigger their recall during daily life. This contextual linking process helps ensure that relevant memories become accessible when they are needed most. The preparation of memory retrieval pathways represents a crucial aspect of morning integration, as the neural routes used to access memories during sleep must be adapted for use during conscious retrieval. The unconscious memory access that characterizes a sleep consolidation operates differently from the deliberate memory retrieval required for conscious thinking. So neural pathways must be modified to support both automatic and controlled memory access as needed. Attention system preparation during morning integration helps ensure that the focus and concentration abilities needed for conscious memory utilization are properly calibrated and ready for use. The attention systems that were largely inactive during sleep must be brought online gradually and coordinated with memory systems to support the focused thinking and deliberate learning that characterize productive waking activity. The integration of different sensory modalities becomes important as morning approaches, since memories often include components from multiple sensory systems that must work together to support complete memory retrieval. Visual, auditory, tactile, and other sensory memories that were processed separately during sleep must be reintegrated into unified, multi-sensory representations that can support rich, complete memory experiences during waking consciousness. Motor system integration helps ensure that procedural memories consolidated during sleep can be properly accessed and utilized for skill performance during waking activity. The motor cortex and cerebellum, which processed motor skills during sleep, must coordinate with other brain systems to ensure that improved motor performance can be expressed through actual movement when opportunities arise during the day. Language system preparation during morning integration helps ensure that verbal memories and linguistic learning that occur during sleep can support effective communication and language use during waking hours. The language areas of the brain, which remained active during sleep to process verbal memories, must be properly integrated with attention and motor systems to support fluent speech and comprehension. Social memory integration becomes particularly important for preparing the interpersonal skills and social knowledge that were processed during sleep for use in actual social interactions during the day. The complex social memories and emotional insights that were consolidated during sleep must be made accessible in forms that can guide successful social behavior and relationship management. The calibration of memory confidence represents another important aspect of morning integration, as your brain must assess how much trust to place in different memories based on the quality of their consolidation during sleep. Well-consolidated memories receive high confidence ratings that make them readily accessible for decision-making, while memories that received less complete processing may be tagged with lower confidence levels that encourage additional verification before use. Pattern completion systems are tested and optimized during morning integration to ensure that partial memory cues can effectively trigger the retrieval of complete memories when needed during waking activity. This pattern completion capability is essential for efficient memory function, as most memory retrieval situations involve incomplete cues rather than perfect matches to stored information. The morning integration process concludes with the gentle activation of conscious awareness, as your brain seamlessly transitions from the unconscious memory processing of sleep to the conscious memory utilization of waking life. The memories that have been carefully consolidated, organized, and prepared during the night stand ready to enrich your understanding, guide your decisions, and support your continued learning as you begin another day of experience and growth. Contextual memory integration helps ensure that the memories consolidated during sleep can be accessed in appropriate context during waking activity. The context-dependent nature of memory retrieval means that memories must be linked not just to their content, but also to the situations and cues that will trigger their recall during daily life. This contextual linking process helps ensure that relevant memories become accessible when they are needed most. The preparation of memory retrieval pathways represents a crucial aspect of morning integration, as the neural routes used to access memories during sleep must be adapted for use during conscious retrieval. The unconscious memory access that characterizes sleep consolidation operates differently from the deliberate memory retrieval required for conscious thinking. So neural pathways must be modified to support both automatic and controlled memory access as needed. Attention system preparation during morning integration helps ensure that the focus and concentration abilities needed for conscious memory utilization are properly calibrated and ready for use. The attention systems that were largely inactive during sleep must be brought online gradually and coordinated with memory systems to support the focused thinking and deliberate learning that characterize productive waking activity. The integration of different sensory modalities becomes important as morning approaches, since memories often include components from multiple sensory systems that must work together to support complete memory retrieval. Visual, auditory, tactile, and other sensory memories that were processed separately during sleep must be reintegrated into unified, multi-sensory representations that can support rich, complete memory experiences during waking consciousness. Motor system integration helps ensure that procedural memories consolidated during sleep can be properly accessed and utilized for skill performance during waking activity. The motor cortex and cerebellum, which processed motor skills during sleep, must coordinate with other brain systems to ensure that improved motor performance can be expressed through actual movement when opportunities arise during the day. Language system preparation during morning integration helps ensure that verbal memories and linguistic learning that occur during sleep can support effective communication and language use during waking hours. The language areas of the brain, which remained active during sleep to process verbal memories, must be properly integrated with attention and motor systems to support fluent speech and comprehension. Social memory integration becomes particularly important for preparing the interpersonal skills and social knowledge that were processed during sleep for use in actual social interactions during the day. The complex social memories and emotional insights that were consolidated during sleep must be made accessible in forms that can guide successful social behavior and relationship management. The calibration of memory confidence represents another important aspect of morning integration, as your brain must assess how much trust to place in different memories based on the quality of their consolidation during sleep. Well-consolidated memories receive high confidence ratings that make them readily accessible for decision-making, while memories that received less complete processing may be tagged with lower confidence levels that encourage additional verification before use. Pattern completion systems are tested and optimized during morning integration to ensure that partial memory cues can effectively trigger the retrieval of complete memories when needed during waking activity. This pattern completion capability is essential for efficient memory function, as most memory retrieval situations involve incomplete cues rather than perfect matches to stored information. The morning integration process concludes with the gentle activation of conscious awareness, as your brain seamlessly transitions from the unconscious memory processing of sleep to the conscious memory utilization of waking life. The memories that have been carefully consolidated, organized, and prepared during the night stand ready to enrich your understanding, guide your decisions, and support your continued learning as you begin another day of experience and growth. As this gentle journey through the nighttime world of memory formation draws to its peaceful close, you rest within one of the most profound mysteries and beautiful gifts that nature has bestowed upon conscious beings: the remarkable ability to transform the fleeting experiences of each day into lasting memories that will guide, inspire, and enrich your life for years to come. The process you've witnessed tonight, unfolding in the quiet sanctuary of your sleeping mind, represents one of the most sophisticated and elegant solutions to the challenge of preserving knowledge and wisdom across time. The transformation of temporary neural patterns into permanent memories during sleep represents a kind of biological alchemy, where the ephemeral experiences of consciousness are transmuted into enduring treasures of knowledge and understanding. Each night, your brain performs this miraculous conversion with the patience and skill of a master craftsman, taking the raw materials of daily experience and carefully shaping them into the memories that will become part of your permanent collection of wisdom and insight. The gift of sleep-dependent memory formation extends far beyond simple information storage to encompass the creation of meaning, the development of understanding, and the gradual accumulation of the experiential wisdom that allows you to navigate life's complexities with increasing skill and confidence. The memories formed during sleep are not mere recordings of what happened, but rather refined distillations of experience that capture the essence of what you've learned and embedded in forms that will be most useful for future growth and understanding. The creative aspects of memory consolidation during sleep help explain why rest often leads to insights and solutions that elude conscious effort. The unconscious processing that occurs during sleep allows your brain to make connections and discover patterns that might never emerge through deliberate thinking alone. The seemingly magical appearance of creative solutions after a good night's sleep reflects the sophisticated problem-solving capabilities of sleeping consciousness, working to organize and integrate knowledge in novel and useful ways. The healing dimensions of sleep-dependent memory processing help transform even difficult experiences into sources of wisdom and strength rather than persistent sources of pain or confusion. The emotional processing that occurs during sleep helps you integrate challenging experiences in ways that preserve their lessons while reducing their capacity to cause ongoing distress. This emotional alchemy represents one of sleep's most valuable gifts, helping you grow stronger and wiser through adversity rather than being diminished by it. The social benefits of sleep-consolidated memories extend throughout your relationships and community connections, as the insights and understanding gained through sleep processing help you become a more empathetic, wise, and effective participant in the complex social world that surrounds you. The social memories processed during sleep help you understand others more deeply, communicate more effectively, and build stronger, more meaningful relationships that enrich both your life and the lives of those around you. The cumulative power of sleep-dependent memory formation becomes most apparent when viewed across the span of months and years, as countless nights of patient memory work gradually build a repository of knowledge, skills, and wisdom that define your unique perspective and capabilities. Each night's memory work contributes to this lifelong accumulation of understanding, creating a growing treasure of experience-based knowledge that becomes increasingly valuable as it matures and integrates over time. The interconnected nature of memories formed during sleep helps create the rich web of associations and connections that allows for deep understanding and creative thinking. Rather than storing experiences in isolation, sleep processing creates links and relationships between different memories that enhance their individual value, while also creating emergent insights that arise from the combination of different knowledge domains. This interconnected memory architecture provides the foundation for wisdom, creativity, and sophisticated problem-solving. The adaptive value of sleep-dependent memory formation has been refined through millions of years of evolution, ensuring that the memories formed during sleep are not random collections of information, but rather carefully curated repositories of knowledge that enhance survival, success, and well-being. The evolutionary optimization of sleep memory processing has created systems that automatically prioritize the most valuable information while filtering out details that would serve no useful purpose in future decision-making. The personal nature of memory consolidation during sleep ensures that the memories you form reflect not just objective fact about the world, but also your unique perspective, values, and life circumstances. This personalization of memory makes your repository of sleep-consolidated knowledge uniquely valuable to you, as it reflects not just what happened, but what those experiences meant to you and how they can inform your particular journey through life. The resilience built into sleep-dependent memory systems helps ensure that your most important memories and knowledge remain accessible even when individual neural pathways are damaged or disrupted. The redundancy and distributed storage created during sleep processing provides multiple routes to access important information, making your knowledge more resistant to forgetting and more likely to remain available throughout your lifetime. The efficiency of sleep-dependent memory formation represents a remarkable optimization of biological resources, allowing your brain to accomplish sophisticated information processing and storage using relatively modest amounts of energy and time. The 8 hours of sleep required for optimal memory consolidation represent a small investment that yields enormous returns in terms of enhanced cognitive capability, improved decision-making, and increased life satisfaction. The mystery that still surrounds many aspects of sleep-dependent memory formation reminds us that consciousness and memory remain among the most profound and beautiful enigmas in all of science. While we understand many of the mechanisms involved in sleep memory processing, the emergence of subjective experience and personal meaning from purely physical processes continues to inspire wonder and reverence for the remarkable nature of conscious existence. The democratic nature of sleep-dependent memory formation means that this remarkable gift is available to every human being, regardless of their circumstances, education, or background. Sleep provides equal opportunity for memory consolidation and cognitive enhancement, ensuring that the benefits of overnight memory processing are accessible to all who prioritize healthy sleep as part of their approach to learning and personal development. The holistic benefits of sleep-dependent memory formation extend beyond cognitive enhancement to encompass improvements in emotional regulation, social competence, physical health, and overall life satisfaction. The memories formed during sleep contribute to every aspect of human flourishing, creating ripple effects that enhance not just intellectual capability, but the full spectrum of human potential and well-being. The future implications of our growing understanding of sleep-dependent memory formation hold promise for enhanced approaches to education, therapy, skill development, and personal growth. As we learn more about how sleep consolidates memories, we may discover new ways to optimize this process for maximum benefit, helping people learn more effectively, recover from trauma more completely, and develop their capabilities more fully. The contemplation of sleep-dependent memory formation invites reflection on the remarkable nature of consciousness itself and the extraordinary gift of being aware, learning beings capable of accumulating wisdom and understanding across time. The fact that you can close your eyes tonight and wake up tomorrow with enhanced knowledge and capability represents one of the most miraculous aspects of conscious existence. The gratitude appropriate for recognizing this nightly gift of memory formation can transform your relationship with sleep from viewing it as lost time to appreciating it as one of the most productive and valuable activities in which you engage. Understanding the remarkable work that occurs during sleep can inspire greater attention to sleep hygiene and a deeper appreciation for the restorative power of adequate rest. The interconnection between sleep, memory, and the continuity of personal identity reveals how deeply dependent our sense of self is on the memory consolidation processes that occur during rest. The person you are tomorrow will be shaped by the memories formed tonight, creating an ongoing dialogue between sleeping and waking consciousness that helps define the trajectory of your personal development and self-understanding. The peace that comes from understanding sleep-dependent memory formation can help alleviate anxiety about forgetting or losing important experiences, as you can trust that your sleeping brain will carefully preserve and organize the experiences that truly matter while allowing less important details to fade away naturally. This understanding can help you sleep more peacefully, knowing that your rest serves essential functions in preserving and enriching your life's experiences. As you settle into sleep tonight, you do so with the knowledge that you are about to participate in one of nature's most elegant and sophisticated processes, the transformation of today's experiences into tomorrow's wisdom. Your sleeping brain will work with remarkable dedication and skill to ensure that the lessons, insights, and meaningful moments of today become permanent parts of your growing repository of knowledge and understanding. Rest peacefully now, trusting in the ancient wisdom of sleep and the remarkable capabilities of your memory-forming mind. Allow yourself to drift into the restorative realm of sleep, knowing that you are entering a time of renewal, consolidation, and growth where today's experiences will be transformed into tomorrow's capabilities. Sleep well and wake refreshed with the gift of new memories integrated into the ongoing story of your conscious, learning, ever-growing life.